my god, no! No, 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 no. No, no. I hate them. If you want to see Emily, today's video is going to be my July book haul video. I'm going to be sharing with you the books that I found or bought this month. We're going to start with my BookOutlet haul because I need to grab one of the books that is in there to give to a friend for her birthday. Actually, let me grab it first. I made sure it was in there, that's why I opened it already, but it still counts, right? The first book is set gift book, so don't freak out when you see it because you might be a little confused if you have seen me talked about it before, but yes. A Quart of Wings in Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. I have already read this. I didn't love it. Everyone keeps always asking me what I feel about the series. The first one, didn't like. The second one, I like. The third one, I'm kind of about it, so I decided to not continue the series, but I gave away the first book to said person. I let them borrow the second book, and when I saw this one on BookOutlet, I had to grab it because her birthday is at the end of the month, so she will be able to continue the series. I didn't own the third book. I got it from my library, so that's why I got this one as a gift. So let's go through the rest of the books. I'm really excited. I got some really nice books. Sometimes I feel like I look at like books and I'm like, ooh, yeah, I've been wanting to read this. And other times you're like, oh my god. And I feel like this is what this is all about. I'm a little tired. I have been trying to read more books from this author. It's one of my goals this year actually to try and read more books from authors I like because I tend to just read one and never read anything else by them. Sometimes I'm successful there, sometimes it's a complete fail, so I'm hoping for the best here, but I decided to pick up Parade by Michael Crichton. I could not remember for the life of me if I had bought this before. Do you do that sometimes? I feel like I look so many times at the synopsis, or I look at it on Goodreads. At one point I don't even know if I own the book or not. Maybe it's like a hoarder problem, but I'm pretty sure I don't have it. I looked at my shelves before this video because I knew I was going to judge myself otherwise. I haven't seen it, so I think we're good. Yes, Michael Crichton is really popular sci-fi author. I read the Andromeda Strain by him, really liked it. He's known for Jurassic Park. So I still need to read that. Definitely gonna happen actually this month, I think. So yes, this one I believe is about, it's also like sci-fi related. There's an experiment that went wrong and there's a cloud of like micro robot that escaped. So I'm assuming sci-fi drama here. I'm all for it. So definitely one of the ones that has been recommended by him to me. I've also wanted to read all of the Joe Nesbo, I'm not sure actually if he pronounces his name like that, I need to double check. This is the first book in his thriller series, the Harry Hole series, and it's the first one. My library doesn't have the first one for whatever reason, and I wanted to start from the beginning because I wanted to read The Snowman by him. It became a movie and everything, but then people were telling me that there would be some spoilers from the first couple books if I started with that one, which I believe is like number 7 or 8 in the series. So I'm gonna start with the first one. The rest I'll be able to get from my library, but like I said, they didn't have the first one. My library pisses me off like this. They don't have the first book in series, but they have the rest, so it's all good. Found it on BookOutlet, so yay. I don't do cover buys often, but this one though had to be a cover buy. I had to own this, and it is Good Morning Midnight by Lily Brooks Dalton. It actually reminds me of a book that I am giving away that I read last year. This is The Smell of Other People's Houses, which I did enjoy. It's like a contemporary YA where you're following like 4 different people that live in Alaska, and the covers kind of look alike to me. So I decided to get this one. This one is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi, which I'm super into, and I believe this one is like people that are in Arctic Circle, and they stop having like radio signal and they have to go back to civilization. I'm excited about it. That cover definitely grabbed me, and it's usually a genre I really like, so I'm very hopeful here. Just one or two people were recommending it to me. I don't know exactly what it is about, but I've been told to not look it up too much, so I'm okay with that. The book is Gem Dies at the End by David Wong, and in the back it's really funny. It says, "Stop. You should not have touched this book with your bare hands. No, don't put it down. It's too late. They're watching you." And like it keeps going like that, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with this. I'm definitely going to be reading this. Apparently it's funny, but I feel like humor is always like hit or miss depending, but yeah, I'm excited about this. Definitely intrigued. The back, you might, yeah. This is the back. You can see the hand, but actually that hand has been, like, that arm has been cut off. I have no idea what it is about. And then the last one is actually the third book in a series, and you might be wondering, Emily, why are you hoarding the third book in series? Well, let me grab the rest of the series because I found it at my library sale and I was like screaming. Because yes, apparently I think it's acceptable to scream in front of people. I have been looking for this series for so long, and I buy most of my books used or then I use my library, and I can't remember actually if my library had them. I can't remember now, but I believe they didn't. So whenever I saw them, completely freaked out. And it is the Divine Cities series, and the first book is The City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett, and then the second one is City of Blades. So these two were at my library, and the third one I found on BookOutlet, which is City of Miracles. So I will be able to binge read this series. From what I know, it's kind of a mix of mystery fantasy, and I believe that there are like gods, something like that, for like the fantasy elements. But I kind of want to know nothing about it and just jump into it because everyone I know that has read this has given this series super high ratings. So yeah, I have the whole trilogy. And look at them gorgeous spines. I love a good spine. So yes, so excited that I found all of them pretty much in the same month. So that needs to happen. Hopefully next month I'll be able to actually start reading it. At my library sale, I feel like they had a bunch of YA books that I've either heard a lot of people mention or that just the cover were attracting me. Attractive to me? Attracted me? Yeah, I can say that. The first one is one of the books I was currently reading the first of, so I grabbed the second one, which I will have finished by the time this video is up. And it is P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny On. The first book was To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It's a YA contemporary romance where the main character is very, she likes staying in her own bubble with her family. There's some family drama there, and they're all very close, and she writes love letters whenever she's ready to move on from her little crush with someone. And then one day all those letters are sent and she has to deal with the consequences. And yeah, I really like the first one. The second one, right at this moment, I'm halfway through it and I'm really not feeling it, like, at all. So I'm kind of skeptical. I'm currently on the waiting list for the third one at my library. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but yes. So far, I feel like it could have been just a standalone and I would have liked it a lot, but I'm not sure. You'll have to wait, I guess, at my wrap up at the end of the month to see how I feel about the trilogy. But the next two are dystopian books, which I've seen going around. I'm not sure how the ratings are. I actually didn't check. I just saw them and I was like, you know what? I like dystopian worlds. So I picked both of them. The first one is Under the Neighbor Sky by Veronica Rossi. And the second one is The Book of Ivy by Amy Engel. Like I said, know nothing about them except that they are dystopian worlds, and I'm okay with it. I know that this one, in the back, they say like post-apocalyptic type of thing, so I'm open to reading more because whenever I was doing my update on my reading goals this year, one of my goals is try to keep like YA and adult books like 50-50, and so far it's like almost 3/4 adult, so I want to give these a shot. The next one is a newer fantasy series, which I believe the second one came out, 2016. But I haven't heard that many people talk about it, and it is The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. And again, don't know much about it except that I have seen it around, and it's one of those covers that is almost velvety, so definitely bought it because of that, gotta admit it. And yeah, I've been meaning to read more YA, so. And then last but not least of those YA books, this one is a complete cover buy / I was just laughing whenever I saw it. Yeah, this is Nuggy? I don't know how you'd say that. By John Curry Whaley. Yeah, I saw that cover, was laughing out loud, and then I read the back and I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of curious what it is about. Because the main character got his head chopped off and then he wakes up on a different body. You know what? I'm into it. And I feel like during the summer, I'm definitely more into those like lighter reads that are like quite quick and fun and YA. So this, I'm hoping will live up to my little hype in my head. And then I have two adult books. The first one is in nonfiction. This is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. And this one, ooh, it looks, I hadn't noticed, it looks like it's been burned. I shouldn't complain. This was really cheap. This is a book about like learning how we think, like the two different ways type of thing. I don't know much more about it except that it used to be absolutely everywhere, which, how old is this actually? I thought it was pretty recent, but it's 2011. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people reading this. I've been on a kick with nonfiction, so. And then last but not least, I have Homegoing, and I have heard so many people talk about this, but let's be real, I saw the cover and I had to own this because of it. It's absolutely beautiful, and I believe this is a literary fiction or historical fiction. Which one do you consider it? I need to look it up, but basically you're following two sisters or half-sisters. Half-sisters. One of them marries an Englishman and the other one becomes a slave, and you see how their lives kind of separate and how different they are. So very excited to read this. This is definitely going to be something I believe is going to be more of a harsh read, a little bit harder to read, but I'm very excited, and man, it looks so beautiful. I feel like I was pretty reasonable this month in my book purchases. I feel like I've been like pretty much like reading the same amount that I purchased, which I'm perfectly okay with that. I feel like it's definitely more under control. This is doable. I can read those fairly soon, hopefully. So that's gonna be it for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section what's the latest books you purchased, because I want to know. Or if you have read some of these, let me know how you felt about them, spoiler free. Don't forget to subscribe and not miss any future videos, and I will be putting on the screen other videos that I've done that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!